Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about, funeral stuff again. But this info right now is from a book, and the book is called Slovenska mytologia, which means Slavic mythology, by Spasoje Vasilev. I believe he's Serbian as well. Now, reading this book, it made complete sense to me why we do some certain stuff, because, one of the things that we do at funerals is we drink. And we drink a lot. We drink for everything. We drink when somebody dies. We drink when somebody is born. We drink when somebody is engaged or married. There is every opportunity that we have for drinking, and drinking till we pass out, we take it. So on funerals, usually there's always alcohol passed around, and it's always for the soul. It's for the soul, and you cannot say no to it. When they come to you with the little glass or plastic cup of alcohol and say Zadusha for soul, you have to take it. Even if you don't drink it all, you have to take a sip. Everything that is given to you, you have to either eat it or drink it, or take a bite or a sip. There is no way that you can pass on it. It just doesn't happen, because if you pass on it, you're being offensive, you're insulting the dead person, and you're not allowing the dead person to partake in that. So that's that. So, what happened at a funeral of our friend, like about, 5-6 years ago, he passed very young, and we went to the funeral, and his favorite drink was Hennessy. And it was not for the funeral, it was for the 40 days that we did, 40 days. And everything is laid out around the grave and on top of the grave. Baskets and bags with food, drinks. It's like things, like it's everything. You cannot see the grave. It's like all stuff on it. So there was and all the bottles are all brand new. So there was a bottle of Hennessy also among that. And as the priest is saying the prayer that is for elevation of the dead, and he finished the prayer, and all of a sudden you just hear a pop. What happened was the freaking whatever cork or cap or whatever the fuck it is on that Hennessy bottle just flew up, and the bottle was left open. Nobody fucking touched it. Nobody touched it. We all took that as he was thirsty and he was ready to drink. So now let's get on with the book, with information from the book. And the book says these things from when we were still pagan, before Christianity came. That's what this is for. So it's saying that the Slavic people believed that the soul, of course, goes into the other world after dying. Now there is 2 schools on that, actually, for the afterlife. In the ocean, or across 7 or 9 oceans. It's always like some odd number like that, 3, 7, 9. Those are the main numbers, or 12 sometimes even 12. Either over 7 seas, or in the sea, or underground. And underground, you get there by entering a cave or a well. Now, what it's saying is, like, they used to burn their dead most of the time, and they would also sacrifice women. They would sacrifice slaves, dogs, horses. They would do all this ritual also with food, meaning they would burn, the food and everything with it, with the dead person. For the across the oceans stuff, they would put, if the dead person did not pass within the community but passed somewhere else, either was on some kind of a trip or was in battle and stuff, they would put offerings on a wooden planche, na greda. If somebody's, Serbian or Macedonian, they can translate that, but yeah, I usually call it 4x4, but it's not. That's just the best that I can come up with. But they put it on a piece of wood, basically, food and stuff and offerings, and they would put that on the water so it would float, and on the river so it would float, and they would, so then the river would take that to the ocean, to where they live in the other world. That. Now, when it comes to that burning stuff and all this putting in boats and stuff like that, when Christianity came, and this is one of the theories about the vampires. I'm not quite sure if it's correct or not, but it does make sense. One of the theories about the rise of the vampires is that we did not burying our dead was not that big of a practice. It was more of the burning stuff, especially for the tribes that lived inland. So once Christianity came and started taking a little bit of root, these people started being forced to bury their dead instead of doing that. And that is kind of scary, because it's like, it's a whole body. It's like you would be scared that that person will get out and get up and start torturing the people in the community and their family. So that's one of that. Now, when they would, it says over here, when they would bury their dead, they would bury them in forests and fields. That's what it says. Now, there is a description of a Slavic funeral, and I have made a note in my notebook over here with probably name Ibn Foslan. I'm guessing that's where the author got that passage from. So this is what it says. I'm going to read it to you. They say that they put the corpse in a boat, and if this person is rich, his things would be split in three. One of the parts is going to go for the family. The other part is going to go to buy what he's going to wear. And the third part to get alcohol for the for the celebration. And it says in these situations, they drink until they pass out. They don't know of themselves. It says, and it says that some people in these kind of celebrations have also died from drinking so much. It says, Foslan says that sometimes if it's a powerful person, that it's usually a young girl that decides to die together with her father, or maybe it would be a master as well if she was a slave girl. So she would be drinking at this kind of festivity and be happy and merry because she's about to go and be together with this person again, whether father or a master. But he's talking about fathers over here. What I'm thinking that it was happening, if a child would not want to go, they would most likely pick a slave to do that. And here it says, one last note, that the ancestors and the dead people have their special food. We already know that, there's cakes that are being made for them and everything, but it's walnuts, beans, and honey. And it says that this is generally for all Indo-Europeans. So I hope you learned something new, gained a new perspective, and it was entertaining. So see ya later.